Today's question from Ask a Psychologist comes from Brigette Martin, who asks, how do you go about figuring out what you want from your career when you are an early career psychologist with limited experience? What are your tips for career planning and development? I think it's a great question. I think for most psychologists who are in their initial stages of starting their career, there's a lot of confusion. I know for myself in particular, I started with working with children with autism and worked through the ABA program, the Applied Behavioural Analysis, which I think is absolutely brilliant, and anyone that's in that space, I think it's an excellent way to kind of cut your teeth, particularly with respect to fundamental aspects of behavioural psychology. You're looking at basically your classical and operant conditioning with obviously Skinner and Pavlov's sort of work. Look, it's really difficult to go and understand where to go when you're in your early career. What I would recommend or suggest is keep an extraordinarily open mind. A part of you is probably going to resonate with working with a particular population or with a particular type of presentation. So for me, after I completed, I had this feeling and experience that I really wanted to work with adults, and so that's what I went out and did. Having said that, I kept an open mind to work with some adolescents. I've dabbled in that space and worked there a little bit. Brought myself to working with couples because I was very nervous and anxious, unaware of the complexities in that space, so I did some training and so on to go out and see what that space is like. And today I love working with couples. It's so fascinating. The dynamic's really interesting. I think in some sense follow your passion or your kind of gut, so to speak, where you feel like you are being drawn to, and then kind of look a little bit further as well. So keep an open mind. I don't think anyone should try and specialise in something immediately. You're going to kind of try and figure out what resonates for you. Similarly, don't necessarily pick a particular type of therapy that you're going to be doing either. Most of us start with CBT coming out of uni, but I think there's real value in exploring all the other modalities, whether it's interpersonal therapy. Obviously for myself, my passion is ACT, whether it be schema therapy. There's lots of different type of models, and I think all of them have, obviously they have validity, they're all evidence-based. So go out and explore all the different types of training that's available out there, and I think through that you're really going to find your feet. Also try and appreciate in the first probably 5 years, potentially even more, you're going to kind of develop your flavour, the type of psychologist you are, the nuances about how you approach different clients. There's going to be lots of different aspects that you're going to develop and grow in, so don't go out and limit yourself. They would be my, I suppose, tips and the like. Planning, I wouldn't plan necessarily. I'd probably just fumble my way through so I can go out and taste lots of presentations that the clients come in with, lots of different population groups, and wait for that flavour to come out. It's no different to going out and making a meal. You kind of might create it as you go along, and I think it's a really nice way to develop your style and what direction you want to go in.